Hey, welcome to Cajun Toy Review, and today we're talking Taskmaster. We're going to talk about all of his figures. We're going to be talking about his comic background, his abilities, all building up for this MCU debut we're about to have with Black Widow. My expectations, and then I'll do a follow-up after this movie comes out and kind of give a little final word on what I thought about it all. But we got a lot to talk about, so let's get started. Alright, so Taskmaster originally debuted in 1980 in Avengers 195. He was created by writer David Michaeline and artist George Perez. His basically abilities is that he contains photographic reflexes to mimic any fighting style or any movement or anything he sees, including voice. So this does come at a cost. For any time he takes one of these new memories, he loses a long-term, short-term memory. So you learn how to fight like Hawkeye, you forget about Grandma June. So not much about his origin is revealed, but as a child he watched cowboys on TV doing rope tricks, and after seeing it just one time he was able to mimic it perfectly. So utilizing this as growing up, he took advantage of it. So he saw one professional football game, next time he was a high school quarterback all-star. And after high school he actually had a stint trying to fight crime, but realized that being a criminal was much more lucrative. He's had run-ins several times with different Marvel characters with some interesting results. He's fought the Avengers and different members of the Avengers several times. He's actually bested Captain America, Iron Man, Hawkeye. But it's usually the characters that don't fight with very unique powers, or he's never seen, or it's even like Deadpool. Deadpool is one of the hardest people he fights. He's lost to Deadpool because Deadpool isn't unpredictable. He's very manic, and his fighting style is hard to read. But if he can't mimic it, he can learn it and avoid it, and predict it. Now he's been hired and he's trained several different characters in the Marvel Universe as a fighter trainer, basically because of his abilities. He's actually when he was working with the Commission of Superhero Activities, he trained John Walker to be the next Captain America, who became U.S. agent. But some of the main characters and abilities that he's copied has been notable. He's be able to copy like combat, like Elektra, Iron Fist, Shang-Chi. With swords, he's like as good as Silver Samurai or Black Knight. Marksman, he can do what Captain America does with the shield. He can shoot bows and arrows like Hawkeye. He can throw anything deadly like Bullseye, and he's accurate with a weapon like the Punisher. Now he can view a fighting style or recording of something and fast forward and do it with superhuman reflexes. So really cool character. As for his look, he came up with the name Taskmaster. He trained the Dawn of Death, and because of like Santa Muerte and the Day of the Dead, he took the mask of the entity of death for his mask. Now originally in the original comics, his mask looked a lot different, so let's talk about that. So Taskmaster's original mask was more it's more of a shape. It's not a definite skull. It became that over time, but it was more kind of as this character is. Like, it's skull-like, but it's, you don't have the real predominant like socket for the nose and like stuff like that. It was more like a mask, and it changed over time. But so we're gonna look at this figure. This is closest to his original appearance he had. So we're gonna do like a quick review of this and crack this open just for this review. So this is the original Toy Biz Taskmaster. This is part of their Rider series, which is a very unique little series they did with some of the appearances and the way some of the characters designed. Toy Biz, while having some amazing figures, they had some flaws. But this is actually one that I, as a fan of Taskmaster, I had to get this one, bad or not. So these are old classic Toy Biz. I love these old packages like this. I have a lot of these still, and there's something about opening these figures, like in these kind of packages, you just get that smell, that plastic fresh smell. It's nothing like it. But you don't get that with the ones that come now in the boxes like that too often. You have to really get in there and sniff hard. But these, if you try hard enough, you can probably imagine it. You're there with me. But the nice thing about these packages, and I know it's more waste with this plastic like that. But you didn't get those awful assholes switching out characters and switching out parts in the stores and stuff like that. This, once you open this bad boy, you ain't putting it back together without tape or something like that. So anyway, we can see on there, I used to like, they used to come with the cards, kind of like how DC Multiverse does. Here's the logo for it. They used to come with comic books too, which is awesome. Different points of articulation, but as you can see, oh, it's too high. The Legendary Rider series. So it's a big box. And then on the back, I have to come up with you. On the back, we have a picture of Taskmaster looking like a Scooby-Doo villain, and you get his different powers and abilities right here. And then a little bio. With the power to perfectly duplicate any fighting style he observes, the Taskmaster is expert in countless forms of combat. Besides working as a hired gun himself, he trains henchmen and other criminals, teach him how to counter superheroes he studied. His proteges have include evil versions of Blood Spider, Deathside, and Jagged Bow. The Taskmaster has faced Spider-Man on many occasions, often battling Webslinger and his fellow heroes together. In exchange for commuted sentence, the government used Taskmaster to train John Walker to replace Captain America. Despite brief incarnations, he remains at large. So yeah, used to get some really nice bios too with that. We get very quick summaries, but here's the other figures in the wave. Just want to point out, because if you've never seen this Ultron right here, that is the Bunny Rabbit Ultron. I just wanted to point him out because he is freaking hilarious looking. Alright, so let's break open this Taskmaster and check him out. Alright, so here we have our original first Marvel Legends Taskmaster figure. This is from the Riders series way back when. This is about as classic as you're going to get. So this Taskmaster is based off his first appearance, where his skull face wasn't as, like I said, predominant. But there's something that I really like about this figure and something that annoy me. So first of all, he comes with this rider thing, which is cool. It doesn't sit on a grate. It does have a seatbelt for safety, which I'm not utilizing at the moment. But it's a cool little thing, and this is back when we used to get a lot of accessories with our characters and a lot huge Build-A-Figure pieces and stuff like that. But yeah, this is from a bygone era. So anyway, I might give this thing as a Hawkeye cycle or something later on. I don't think I'll be having Taskmaster sitting on this or whatever on my shelf. But anyway, it was cool to take it out. We're going to look at that real quick as a accessory, and then we'll look at the other ones. There is a lot of detail on this thing. The different color on all these different buttons and whatnot. I mean, there's just a lot of painted different colors on here. We have these different reds, and like all this is painted in. Yeah, all that detail, that's really cool. His feet are supposed to stick in there really well, but like I said, it doesn't sit on there nicely. Yeah, we got detail underneath. I mean, this is really cool. It's just a different. It's just a different time. Even comes with its own little stand. So now this Taskmaster comes with several accessories. Alright, so Taskmaster's accessories that he comes with, besides the hover bike or whatever, hover chair, hover sled, whatever you're going to call it, the Taskmaster mobile, he comes with this sword, which all Taskmasters should come with a sword. But yeah, really nice looking sword. It's a solid piece of plastic. It's got good paint on it. I like the gold with like this kind of really cool blue cobalt and the black on the handle. It doesn't go all the way around, so it kind of makes it look a little unique, but I like it. This is a good accessory. Then we have this cane gun, I guess. It's a cane. It's got buttons on it, and it's got like a barrel. So yeah, I'm guessing this is like something the Penguin would have, like an umbrella or something. But no place to holster this either. So, but yeah, this inclusion is very odd compared to some things that are excluded. So enough about that thing. Shield is nice. It's solid. It's got a pretty good paint job on it. A little bit of defect right there. A little screw up right there, but it's good. Now the thing that's kind of strange about it is it has these straps on the back, which are way too big for Taskmaster's arm. But you can put his hand in there. So these, I'm assuming you're gonna put over his shoulders and have the shield on his back, which means he won't wear his hood. So, but not terrible. Then he comes with Han Solo's blaster. This cool looking gun. I mean, it's got some cool shading on it. some scuffing. I like that worn look on it. The silver on the handle. It's a cool looking little weapon, but like I said, it looks just like Han Solo's blaster. I don't know why he did that. And then we have this. I mean, I know what it is. It's a quiver, but he does not come with arrows. He does not come with a bow. It's not a sword sheath. I mean, it can be, but it is clearly not. So yeah, very strange. And then, of course, if he's wearing this, he's also not wearing his cape, his hood. So, yeah, interesting mix of accessories for the Taskmaster, but a bunch, so that's a good thing regardless. So looking at our early first appearance Taskmaster figure right here from Toy Biz, there's some good things here. I mean, this figure is old, so I can't be too critical on it because there's a lot of good here. First of all, the sculpt and everything on this figure, it looks just like the character from the comics. They got the look. You know, they did a really cool, like, he has like this kind of blue wash in the comics on his appearance, and they kind of have it on the character kind of mixed in. It's hard to see on the black, but you can really see it on the cape and stuff, and on his gloves and his boots and stuff. So I give him kudos for that. I like it. The color scheme and everything is good. I mean, it all works. I mean, the orange and stuff on his cape, on his sleeves, it looks good. Now, his cloak is rather heavy. It does limit him. It's a little bit harder to pose him because he is back heavy. He's going to tend to fall backwards a lot. But with these old school Toy Biz feet, it's a little bit easier to get him balanced. But yeah, as for the paint job, you know, the face has a little bit of a wash on it and stuff like that, but this is what he looks like in the comics originally. And sorry, yeah, his face is kind of obscured. It's kind of skull-like, but yeah, this is the I did say that Taskmaster's first appearance was in issue 195, and you see clearly that this is 196. It's because that was his first appearance. This is like where he appeared, and this is where he debuted. Basically, this is where he fully showed himself. Now, it's because I have the comic out. You can see he's wearing the shield. He's got his bow right here, which is missing, and there's his quiver that we see. So those two are missing. So he doesn't have a sword sheath that's hanging right here. But we can also see he has this lasso right here, and his holster. But anyway, yeah. So capturing that look, they got it. They got it with that figure. So. Oh, and he also came with this card, before I forget about it. And the card looks pretty nuts. He's about to beat the shit out of Spider-Man. But this is from an old versus card game that I don't even know if they even still make or anything anymore. But I don't care about it. Anyway, so the paint, like I said, is good. There's nothing, there's no like bad chipping spots or anything that's really missed in the applications on it. It just looks good. I like the stain throughout, like on the belt and on the leather and the blue. Like his head is fine. It's just an older figure, so it feels a little bit more flimsy because that's just the way they were with the plastic type they use. But I give this figure about a solid 7, just holding it in my hand, looking at all the stuff with the accessories. Minus those other things is a bummer. So for he does have a holster to put his blaster in there. There we go. So that fits in there. It's cool that he does have the lasso on the side, which is not removable or nothing. This neat little add-on. As for articulation, it's good. You can look down about this much. I mean, look it up. It's really good. Since the hood is kind of loose, you can actually get some really good range on the head. He's got full arm swivel, bicep swivel rotation. Now, single jointed, no, double jointed elbow, but these gauntlets, you ain't gonna get nothing out of that. Wrist rotation, yeah. He has the classic flex on there, and then surprisingly, a lot of the Toy Biz figures used to have, they have it where the fingers have a joint right here, and this figure does not. So same thing on the side. Now this is definitely a trigger finger hand. They don't have replaceable hands for this figure. with the way these joints are done. So this is your trigger finger hand. You got an ab crunch, and go back about that far. Not very much with that. He does have waist rotation. It looks like he's wearing a diaper. I just realized that when I turned it. Yeah. His joints and his legs and stuff right here is looks like old wide joint. I can't stand it. It's bad. Though I just don't like these old joints like that for these figures. It does have a swivel at the very, very top of the thigh cut. He has a double jointed knee. You got calf rotation, and then you got the ankle rocker plus the toe rocker, which is old school Toy Biz stuff. But yeah, overall, for the classic original Taskmaster, like I said, like a 7, based on like the figure itself, the way it looks and stuff like that. What it was trying to capture with that look of that character, they got that. My biggest gripe is the shit is going on with these accessories. Like, you know, where's the bow and arrow? Where's the bow? Where's the arrows? What's up with this cane? And you know, just other things like that. I wish they had oh, and the cape, yeah, not to gripe more. The cape is removable, but you got to pull up here, and there's like these 2 pegs. It's not the easiest thing to do, and I'm not doing it because I'm not putting it back on. But anyway, so now we're moving on from our classic 80s era Taskmaster to the 90s. Alright, here we have our Udon Taskmaster. This is a different look he had in some of the comic line. And I really like this look. Some people hate it. It is drastically different for Taskmaster. But, and it, you know, it can be slightly kind of generic, I guess, if you put in against some other designs like this. But I love the color scheme on this character. Knowing who he is and stuff like that, I just think it's really cool. He does have these 2 holsters, but doesn't come with 2 pistols, which is a shame. But anyway, yeah, this was part of the Onslaught wave, and he does come looking like this, but you do have an additional head for him, which is a little pain in the ass to port. All right, and this is a really cool head as well. Now this is a Taskmaster head with a metallic skull. He's got those really cool white eyes and stuff on there, but it doesn't match this character at all. Like it's white on silver and blue. This is a silver with like a white wash on it. It doesn't match. It just looks strange for it, but at the time, that's all we really had for like kind of a modern Taskmaster figure. So I'm gonna put the Udon head back on there. Now he does come with 2 accessories. He comes with the shield, and this is smaller than the first shield that we saw by quite a bit. But it loses those funky straps, and we go to a peg piece and an arm, and he can wear this on his back like so. So the other item he comes with is this energy sword, and in the comics he uses the energy shield. He's got access to like some Stark Tech and shield technology. He uses energy sword, energy weapons at one point or another. This is a really cool sword. It's got a really unique hilt on it. It looks kind of like almost the closest thing to a lightsaber that we see in the Marvel Marvel Legends toy line. But yeah, I like it a lot. It looks really good with this figure. Now, the paint on this figure is really good. For the most part, I love the color scheme on it. But using that silver, that metallic stuff, we do have some marbling on this figure that, especially on the knees, you can see it's pretty crazy. And on the legs right there. But everything else besides that, I just like this color scheme and stuff a lot. It's like I said, it's a different look for Taskmaster. I'm a fan, some aren't. So enough of that. As for articulation on this guy, he's got a good range of movement up and down. You know, you got your full arm rotation, bicep swivel. The double jointed elbows, he has these elbow pads. It almost gives him full 90 degrees. But wrist rotation and flex. He's got an ab crunch, about that far back. Not much. You get wrist rotation, waist rotation, I'm sorry. And you got a thigh cut. His legs are really tight. I don't want to pull out too much. It's going to rub against this, with the silver against these belts. But anyway, he's got double jointed knees. There is no calf rotation on this figure, but he's got the ankle pivot. But little other details about this figure that kind of stunning. I like the belt buckle. I like all these little pouches with stuff in it. I love the holster for him as well. And I don't know. For me, this is my second favorite Taskmaster figure, just because it is unique. Now, if you just had this, people might not even know it's Taskmaster. You got the symbol there, but it just doesn't look what people are normally used to. When I first heard he was going to be in the movie, I thought they were going to modernize him a little bit. It was going to look something similar to this, but they went in a different direction, and we'll get there. So that's the Udon Taskmaster from the Onslaught wave. Alright, now we have our modern Taskmaster. This is the Taskmaster design that you're going to see pretty much in most forms of media, in the games like Marvel vs. Capcom, Fortnite, Marvel Heroes. This is a default look for Taskmaster, his comic look. The color scheme and everything with that very defined skull mask. Now this is a really good figure. This was part of the Infinity War Thanos Build-A-Figure wave. I was very excited when this figure was announced to actually have a true interpretation of comic appearance of Taskmaster, and they nailed it with this figure. I don't know if it's mine or all. There is a little bit of paint chipping that has happened, and I keep my figures in very pristine. They're not played with or anything, they're just displayed, so I'm not sure how it happened. It's probably going to be something I could fix, but I don't, like I said, I don't know if it's something that was common with the figures or not. So this guy comes with 2 accessories. He comes with this sword, which is a little bit similar to the default sword that we saw with the original Taskmaster, without all the extra paint, and it is a different hilt and stuff. This one looks very much like kind of like an Excalibur or something like Black Knight. It must be Black Knight sword, this handle and stuff. Compared to the original, you can see there are different. This new one is bigger, but this one is a lot thicker and painted well. You can see this one already has a little bit of warp on it. I'm going to have to heat it up. And you can see what I was talking about with a little bit of paint chipping on there. That silver is easy to fix, but it sucks that it happens. Now it is gold painted underneath, and speaking of gold, he comes with this pistol. Now this is an updated version of the original pistol that we saw with the first Taskmaster. This is basically the same as the Red Skull has. I think Dr. Doom has as well. It is gold. I wish they would have just like dipped it in like silver or not, but it looks nice and it fits in his holster, so that's a plus. Okay. In the shield, of course, you're gonna have a shield with Taskmaster, and here is the modern Taskmaster shield. Once again, they got rid of those strings where with the default little rotation for the wrist or back peg. Now this guy has a back peg, but he has this cloak, so this is not really a look that you're gonna do unless you want him always looking like he's coming out of a John Woo movie with this cape flying. As for the paint on this guy, overall good paint job. I do have a little bit of silver right here on his front of his face, and I got a piece of silver one on the back. But overall everything else is good. The face on him is phenomenal. So you do have you know, very clear clean paint on his face. Looks really good. The wash on his skull is awesome. You can see all the teeth. There's no bleeding paint right there or anything like that. Overall, great paint job on this guy. I love it. No broken lines, no sloppy paint on his body. I do have a little bit of chipping on the belt buckle I see as well, which sucks. But he has nice like paint on it all. Like his briefs or whatever are not as bulky as the other one, so it does not look like he's wearing a diaper on this figure. Now he does have these holsters which are painted really detailed, really cool. These little buckles and stuff. I wish they had done a little bit more with these studs on this, but it's fine. He does have all those cool pouches again on this character. It looks like it's a repaint. Yeah, this is a repaint from the Udon one, so it's nice that they repurposed it again because it looks great on this figure. And you just got the blue, not much of a wash on it, and then the white boots with the peg holes. For articulation, this Taskmaster, look down about that far. Look up not as much, but this back of this wrinkles and stuff of his hood. He does have a bicep swivel and double jointed wrist, but you are not going to get, I mean elbow, but you're not going to get much with these big cuffs on there. Now I got wrist flex and rotation. There's ab crunch, not very much, and I know it's like, yeah, not very far back, but he is ripped like a son of a bitch. Waist rotation. Nice. He's got the thigh cut, which is hidden by the holsters, which is nice. He has a double jointed knee, so yeah, he can. Now he does have the calf rotation on this figure that's hidden by the boots, which is really cool, and that ankle rocker. So yeah, this is for Marvel Legends. This is probably the best you're gonna get for the Taskmaster figure if you want based off the comics to date. You know, accessories are fine. It's only 3. Maybe a different head look would have been good, but overall, you know, I can't complain about this figure. I'll give him a solid 9, and I'm not gonna a little bit off just because of paint, and I'm not sure if that's even his fault. So I might be a bastard. But anyway, that's everything about this Marvel Legends version of the modern Taskmaster. So without further ado, we're gonna bring in, excuse me, the Marvel Select Taskmaster. Now this, I want to pull back a bit. Now this is a Marvel Select figure that came out about the same time the movie was announced originally. This is a bigger version of the modern Taskmaster and stuff like that. And bigger meaning that he is out of scale with Marvel Legends. So if you're looking at this guy like, ooh, I'm gonna put him in there. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. But I want to talk about this guy because he is awesome. All of the accessories that he comes with, which is a lot, his paint job and everything, stuff like that. This is just a really cool figure if you want something like on your shelf or your desk or something like that, if you're a Taskmaster fan like me. So all the accessories that he does come with, which is a lot. Let's start with the sword. So here we have Taskmaster's new sword, and this thing is beautiful. The hilt, solid. Look at that gold. You got the line that kind of fades into there and stuff like that. Great looking sword, and he can holster it. So plus 1 right there. Now he does come with this bow with actual string, and with this hand right here, you can actually have him holding the bow, or he comes with 3 arrows. You can actually have him have the arrows in his fingers and stuff like that, which is really awesome. And speaking of the arrows, he does come with 3 loose arrows and then additional ones that are stuck in the quiver. You can see in the behind him, but these are different arrows. This is kind of like a bomb arrow. This is a man killer, and then this one looks like it could be like one of the ones that split up or something like that, or who knows, whatever you need it to be. And this pistol, look at that, beautiful, great paint job on that with the blacks. Yeah, I got the black back and the, yeah, really nice. And he can holster this as well. So it does come with an additional hand, like I showed, for the carrying the arrows and stuff, but he also has an additional head. So this head does not look like the normal Taskmaster that we saw. This looks like a combination between the Udon and the Ultimate. So pop that bad boy off, and put you on. There we go. There we have. And this is a really cool face for this Taskmaster because you can actually see his eyes inside the skull. So you can actually see where his skin is and the eyes, so you can see that he's clearly wearing a mask on there, which is really awesome. The hood, it's on there all the way. The hood is really nice with all the wrinkles and lines on it. Let's down there better. All right. So yeah, that's his cape is not removable. Oh, actually, no, it is not removable. So you see that that is staying there. These are glued on, and just pulling on a little bit, it came off. I'll just put a little bit back on there. Yeah, don't try to take that cape off. But it is nice that he has this gap on here where you can put, where the quiver actually sticks out. So he's nice that he actually has versatility for both in this sculpt. The orange is much more brighter and vibrant than the others, but it looks good. I love the detail on the belt where you can see the orange behind it, and we have these different marks on the buckles. There's a different texture here on his briefs, and again he has the different holsters. This one has the gold on the studs. Of course, being a premium figure, you expect a little bit more. And then the boots. The shield is bigger than the other ones. It does have that really nice detail in the background, like we just see some of the cap shields and stuff like that where it's reinforced, and then it comes with the 2 straps which are detailed in there as well. It looks really good. Huge shield, but huge character, so it works. But yeah, I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about him. I just want to show that this is a different version for the modern Taskmaster figure out there. Marvel Select. Now there is a Marvel Select one for the next one we're gonna be talking about, the movie one, but this is modern classic comic Taskmaster. So moving on. All right, so we're pretty much wrapping up our end of our Taskmaster journey, talking about his different appearance in Marvel Legends figures as well. And here we're going to stop on the Black Widow Taskmaster from the new movie. This figure, when I first saw him and he debuted and he got revealed and stuff like that, I was excited. I quickly fell in love with this new look for him, this modernized MCU look for Taskmaster, and even more when I learned a little bit details and seen a little bit more of him in action. It's really cool. This figure is packed with the different accessories and stuff. But before we take him out, let's look at the packaging for him. Marvel Legends series, got the Black Widow movie logo on there, Taskmaster. Got a nice shot on the side. This his view, you can see there's different things on there. We'll get to that. Image repeats on this side. And in the back we got a different shot of Taskmaster in action. And this one reads up, Taskmaster is armed with the ability to mimic enemies' every move. Not much else to say about that. Different languages if you want. These are the different figures that came out in this wave. Now this wave has been out for a bit now because it originally came when the movie was supposed to come out, but because of COVID and stuff it was pushed back, but the figures and everything still came out. So you're not gonna I don't know if you'll find this one you're not gonna find this at Walmart or Target. You're gonna have to probably get it online or Amazon. I'm not sure what they're going for anymore, but when it came out I definitely was looking for it and got it. So nothing less to say about the package. Let's check them out. So here's our modern MCU debut Taskmaster from the new up-and-coming Black Widow movie. This character is shrouded in secrecy. The actor or actress that is playing this character has not been officially revealed, just kind of like rumors and leaks, but nothing confirmed yet. So I've gone on my way not to name Taskmaster's identity in these reviews and stuff like that because I'm not sure what the MCU is going to do, and I'm not going to show his appearance. I'll put a link in the description if you want to click at it and look at it. But there is one actor that kind of resembles his comic counterpart, and that might be the one, but it's the MCU, so we don't know. This character could be female. So excited to see what they do. Now Taskmaster is known to be a little cocky and arrogant and stuff, and as we've seen so far, it doesn't appear that this Taskmaster speaks. And I'm hoping that they do not kill him off in this movie, that he stays, and because he can be a character that can have some very interesting stuff in the future with maybe him fighting Spider-Man or whatnot. Just to have him come back around because he is a character that has a lot of potential for some really cool fights. So that said, we'll have to wait and see, but I will put a follow-up video up after I watch the movie about what happens in the movie and what I thought of Taskmaster in the movie. So let's take a look at his accessories. So here I have MCU movie Taskmaster's accessories, and some of it look familiar from previous Taskmaster figures as his weapons. Now this Taskmaster obviously does not have a gun as seen yet, and he doesn't have a holster on his body for one, so I'm not sure if that Taskmaster in the MCU will be using a gun or not. But it comes with this really nice compound bow. Looks really good. I like the detail with this and the orange. It looks really nice. I wish he had a quiver, but he does not come with that. He comes with one lonely arrow, but you can lock it in here. You got a little spot, see? There you go. So you can kind of get a couple little poses with it. You're not gonna get any like crazy dynamic poses with that bow, but you can get some just because of the way his elbows are made. Now he comes with these hands, which are really cool. These are basically his Black Panther hands, which we see in the trailer for the movie. He is using Black Panther's kind of cloth fighting style, so that's gonna be interesting to see how that works out. He has these two closed fisted hands, which just blue, nothing, no detail or anything on them like that. They have some kind of thing on the top, so it's probably from another figure. I'm not sure which one. Now this is a sword. As far as I know, this is a new mold. It's an interesting looking blade for him. It's shorter than the other ones. It's more, it's pretty much kind of futuristic looking, something like the Udon would have. But I do like the way it looks. It's got all these different segments and stuff in it, so I'm not sure if that serves a purpose or not. We will have to see. But it is cool. It looks good. It matches his color scheme. And then we have this little baby shield he comes with. It does have the little switch up, but this is compared to the other shields and stuff like that, we got like a Goldilocks situation going on right here. So yeah, as the Taskmaster figures come out and his shields get smaller and smaller. So the thing is, it is small like this in the movie, and we'll see how that works out. It is different in the movie. It has different segments and stuff coming across it like this. It's not bad. But I'm interested to see how it works out in the movie and what's he do with it, like what's he can do with it. I saw the part where he kind of flips it up and catches it on his wrist like Captain America style. I know he throws it, so we shall see. But that's his accessories. Let's look at the figure. So here's our new Marvel Legends Taskmaster, and I love the color scheme on this guy. I like the way he looks. It's a completely different look for Taskmaster. He doesn't look super generic like the Udon would if they would have just translated that to film. He looks really neat. I like how they were able to bring in his colors, his orange and the silvers and the blues and the whites and stuff in there. There's no Taskmaster symbol on him, so we don't know where this character is in his story, or if this is even, like I said, even a him. So maybe hopefully we'll learn some. And like I said, I hope they keep this character around and build on him and have him appear in different stuff in the future with MCU. But for the figure itself, like I said, the paint is really cool on it. I really like the line work on the hood with different, like the orange and got the blue lines and stuff in there. It really looks really nice. I do like how you can kind of see this texture right here. It looks like it could fold back, which it cannot, and that is a big suck about this figure. Because you do see him in the movie with this hood down and just his helmet. We don't get to do that with this figure. I'm not 100% sure about the Marvel Select because I haven't got him yet, but that would be a nice feature if you could take this off. It's glued, and I'm not trying to pull this guy off just yet. But anyway, he has this kind of scarf wrap around that goes over his shoulders and just kind of stops. And it's a little weird looking, but I do like all the detail in the plate like we have here with the chest and the different blues and the orange and silvers. That is painted really well. Lots of detail on this guy's chest. It looks really awesome. We got these silver shoulder pads, which don't really hinder the movement at all, but you will get a little bit of scuffing if you do move it around a whole lot. But this figure is really tight. Now his arms, there you go. His arms are double jointed, and they're just, you got to put him in some hot water or something like that, or heat him up, because it's a tight figure. And I've had this figure out a lot on display, and he's still extremely tight. But yeah, anyway, so we got double jointed. I like the orange on there. We got these really cool kind of like wristbands or arm gauntlets, sorry. And it's got the detail with the orange on there. I'm not sure if that's going to have a use or something in the movie. We'll have to see. Glove, same as the other thing with that blue detail with like the little top piece that's not painted. His back, it looks like he's got like some kind of backpack attachment piece right here. I'm not sure if that's going to serve a purpose or if that's just a part of that. He cannot hold his shield on his back or his bow or anything like that, which kind of sucks. So this is just for nothing. The belt's really cool, and I like how it's not glued on, so you can get it to move around for his waist swivel and stuff. And there is a lot of cool detail on the belt with the blues and the silver and stuff on there and the black. It looks really nice. As for his legs, get that silver and that blue. I like it a lot. These pouches kind of hang down. It's a cool look for it. He's got that texture on his legs. Looks similar to some of the G.I. Joe classified legs with that. But I like got these straps with these little rivets and stuff in it. He's got double jointed feet, knees too. So, and then we got these kind of shin guards which aren't painted. They're just very shiny. Same thing. We got like a lot of detail on the feet, but not painted at all. And he has peg holes. So we shall see this Taskmaster in the movie and what he or she can do. And one thing that I noticed when I was looking at like some of the stuff for it is this Taskmaster. Of course, you have like this is a new modern face for it. They modernized the skull, and you can still see it still has the skull designs. It's more predominant in the film and some stuff like that, but you can see the teeth in there. Now, one of the details, and I'll post in the picture too, he has a camera right here, and a lot of people haven't seen that yet, and I don't know if they're going to put it in the show, but there is a camera right in the top of his helmet. So that's how he records the fighting stuff that he's seeing. I'm not sure if that's goes straight into it. We don't know what this Taskmaster is going to be, so it could be, I don't know, he could go straight into his mind that way or not, but I thought that was an interesting little detail that was pointed out to me. So that is about the end of Taskmaster talk today. I just kind of wanted to just talk about him himself, his abilities, his powers, my thoughts on the different figures and stuff, and overall, I think the modern Taskmaster is my favorite. Just for a look. And then the Udon, and I like this one. I just wish he was a little bit more posable and had a different head sculpt, like an additional head sculpt for it. But what do you think? What is your favorite Taskmaster? And then if you see the movie, you know, what are your thoughts on the movie after that and stuff like that? And just leave a comment. Anyway, that's Taskmaster talk for today. If you stayed through, if you like the video, please leave a like, subscribe. I'm going to be doing the similar thing with Gambit soon and Moon Knight. And then, of course, individual figures as well. But see you in the next video. Take care of yourself.